Today we got a video from SideQuest. Never checked these guys out before. Where did pirates repair their shit? This actually seems like a pretty interesting video. Like, pirates are always at sea. Do they just what? Like, just go to some random land and then just like start repairing it there, and then just start fighting people when the people on that land think they're being invaded and stuff. But seems like a really interesting video. Before we do get into this one, I've been uploading videos to my Patreon that I can't upload to YouTube. So if you guys want to check out, the link is down below in the description. Appreciate anyone that will be checking that out. Where are pirates getting their ships fixed? Let's go, man.
Pirates, much like their ships, come in all shapes and sizes. From pagan Vikings to the Barbary Corsairs, they've raided and looted throughout the ages.
Yep.
But one place was home
Pirates
to
are
the
so
most
cool.
infamous of them all.
The Caribbean.
The Caribbean.
Of course.
Now.
Wait, I've always said the Caribbean. The Caribbean. Wait, which way did you guys say it? What the hell?
Unlike most, the pirates of the Caribbean... No, not those ones.
Captain
The
Jack!
actual pirates of the Caribbean
No,
started
what the
out
fuck?
with some semblance of legality. You see this? This is a letter of marque. It is a license given by the state to a private person, allowing them free rein to attack and capture enemy vessels, in exchange for splitting part of the bounty with the crown. Here you go, Gov. Thank you very much.
Bro, this guy needs to go and fucking rob himself a toothbrush, man. What the... Bro, like, this guy's robbed all the toothbrushes. What? Bro, what's wrong with this guy?
It was essentially a way to privatize war, and that's why the licensees were called privateers. But when these letters were withdrawn or cancelled, the now unemployed privateers weren't always so eager to take down their flags and return to the mainland. Some of them just really loved sailing the seven seas. Wind in my hair. Cue the Titanic.
Wow.
And so when their letters were revoked, they'd hoist the black flag and would continue doing what they did best.
I can't lie. Even know how... Like, people forget how bad pirates were. Like, they'll just be robbing ships and shit. They're basic criminals. The flag is so cool. Pirates are so cool. The movies are so cool. It's just so cool.
Basically, most pirates were self-employed privateers. In the case of the Caribbean, many originally worked for the French and English empires, which would frequently raid Spanish ships, hauling gold back to Spain. Now, the bounty was immense, but it didn't always come easy. So, unsurprisingly, privateer ships were in constant need of repair. Pirate ships were a similar story, perhaps even more so, actually. Because apart from the wear and tear of storms and battles, pirate ships also had to be quick enough to outrun other privateers. Now, the best way to speed up your ship is by cleaning it. Not the whole thing, of course, just the hull. You see, seaweed and barnacles love attaching themselves to a ship's hull. And
It makes sense. Weighs it down.
Ship down quite a lot. And you also have the constant threat of shipworms that eat away the wood. So every few months, pirate ships need cleaning and repair. But here's the thing. It's not like you could just show up at any odd port, fix your ship, and go on your merry way. No, pirates could afford no such luxury. Instead, they had to fix their ships by careening them. This meant finding a nice beach on some uninhabited island where...
Oh my god, it's literally what I said. They just go to a random, random land, whatever's nearby, hop on the land, build their ship, repair their ship, right? But what if that land, there's people on it and they're like, oh fuck, we're being invaded and fuck.
You could park your ship at high tide and intentionally tip it on one side so you could repair it. Sometimes these repairs would last weeks, during which time the pirates were under constant threat of a Royal Navy ship stumbling upon them and blasting them to smithereens. Fire! This high risk meant that pirates would pay handsomely to any port willing to take them in. And that's how ports like Tortuga, Port Royal, and Nassau came about. Indeed, the most successful pirates throughout history have always had some sort of base to call home. The Vikings had their fjords, while the Barbary Corsairs had ports along the North African coast. Of course, these bases weren't just places to fix your ships. They were also hubs for information, trading, networking, and of course, endless debauchery. Easy, Tiger, it's a family show. Now keep in mind that these bases were always reliant upon the tacit approval of the great naval powers at the time.
Bro, I actually didn't expect her to, to just whack down the top like that, bro. What the
France
fuck?
and England in the case of the Caribbean, and the Ottoman Empire for the Mediterranean. This approval lasted for as long as the privateers and pirates were useful, and Tortuga, specifically, was very useful. Its key location on the northwestern tip of Hispaniola made it hotly contested between the French and the Spanish, and indeed the island would change ownership no less than 8 times in the early 1600s.
Holy fuck.
To most pirates,
What, between
this
the boat?
uncertainty was not good for business, but they would soon find a much more lucrative arrangement in nearby Jamaica. You see, in 1655, the English conquered Jamaica from the Spanish, but their forces were stretched thin, and they didn't really have the resources to defend the island. The newly installed governor of Jamaica, however, got a bright idea. He invited the Tortuga pirates to come over to Port Royal and make it their main base. In doing so, he not only got the pirates on his side, he also made Port Royal practically unassailable, for it quickly became the greatest pirate haven the world had ever seen.
Or how you be? Oh, I be good, thank you very much.
Wait, you're telling me Jamaica was like the pirate hub? What?
Woof. For a brief moment, Caribbean piracy experienced a golden age, until a massive earthquake struck right at the center of Port Royal, killing 2,000 people and sinking about 2/3 of the town beneath the sea. The few surviving pirates praised God for sparing their lives, only to be washed away by the ensuing tsunami that obliterated whatever was left of Port Royal. To most, this was about as clear a sign of divine punishment as one can get, and indeed, this event did mark the beginning of the end for Caribbean piracy. Of course, there are always those who don't take a hint, and these stragglers actually banded together to create a new base on the sparsely populated Bahamas. There, the English had abandoned their only major settlement, Nassau, after a Franco-Spanish attack in 1703. The pirates moved in about 3 years later and established their very own pirate republic.
Bro, I just love how they're just going from place to place to place, just making a new home. They're like the homeless seamen. That's literally what they are.
Of any country, and where the only law was pirate code. Somewhat surprisingly, this audacious experiment lasted a full
You don't want to
decade
fucking live
before
there,
being
Jesus
violently
Christ.
suppressed by the British. Ah, the British, suppressing everything that is fun except for the Great British Chip, Britain's contribution to world cuisine. At which point, piracy in the Caribbean truly began its terminal decline. Oh well, at least we got a few good movies out of it.
Oh,
well, my
100%.
friends, thank you for watching. I hope I haven't discouraged you from hoisting the black flag yourself.
Pirate life didn't seem that great, and I've actually seen a pirate video before, and the pirate life definitely was not great. Not like the ones in the movies anyway, but really, really good video, really interesting. I'm definitely going to check more videos out of SideQuest. Appreciate the person that recommended this. If you guys got any videos that you want me to react to, link them down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.